What up, though, man? It's your boy Cash. You rocking with CMK TV, Crown Me King TV. And we about to do us a little reaction on Lil Durk. Didn't know he was being filmed admitting the murders. It's going around saying his man's OTF jam was wearing a wire, which is wild work, because from what I know, he was taking care of OTF jam. First, like in jail, when he got out. You know what I'm saying? And that's some crooked shit. You know what I'm saying? Sitting down after something happened and snitch is fucked up in its own right. But to go around somebody and wear a wire, you know what I'm saying? Something that look like a button, got a camera on it, or a wire in your shirt on your chest, crazy shit, right? That's even worse. Like, wow. You can't even take them statements back if you wanted to. You can't be like, oh yeah, no, never mind. I'm straight. I ain't doing that. Buddy, it's already recorded. So whatever Durk said in front of you pertaining to any murder, he's already fried. Because you wearing a wire. His man's. I ain't gonna lie, that shit shady. This is why you do not do shit around nobody. It has to be on your own. Not saying go do shit. I'm just speaking in my own self shit. There's no way I'm about to go commit something like that and be talking about it. Or even for that matter, pay to go get something. Now, I'm going to do it myself because that's too many links. You got to look at everybody you rock with like, if I ended up in this situation, you could be a possible rat. You could possibly snitch on me to free yourself. Because everybody going to want to help themselves before they help you on that end. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers ain't trying to go sit down for no football numbers for you. At all. So you gotta be smart. You gotta think like, yeah, you could potentially tell on me. So why would I even put myself in a situation where you could tell on me? Because I'm not gonna tell on myself. Crazy work, man. Let's get into it.
Lil Durk was really out here moving like a mafia boss, forcing the feds to use tactics that have been used to bring down mafia families. Authorities have Durk on tape admitting to murders, and it's not only the murder of Quando Rondo's cousin. From having his brother's killers murked to ordering the death of an informant's baby mama, Durk was out here flying his killers in private planes.
Just want to say this out loud, Durk, none of that was even smart. At all. You putting people, you paying motherfuckers to go knock somebody down. You putting them on private jets using your credit card, shit's in your name. Like, bro, money don't make you smart. And that's what I tell motherfuckers. Just because you got money, it don't make you no smarter, bro. It don't. Because to me, that shit was plain, plumb, dumb as fuck. Like, boy, you stupid. Ain't no motherfucking way I'm doing that. I mean, no way in history. Like, you can't. That shit ain't break.
John is dead, right?
Okay, well,
How the f is these paying for a jet?
This is going to be one wild ride. OTF snitch sells out Lil Durk. If there's one thing,
this is an era of telling too, boy. Motherfucker, it's some tatter-telling ass. Like, you been taught this shit as a kid. Your mama, your pops always told, stop tatter-telling. Don't be a tatter-tale. Boy, we already knew not to. Motherfuckers is like, shit. Italian beef and Pepsi, I'll tell you anything you need to know in the Newport. Motherfuckers is losing their fucking mind, bro. Stop doing shit if you ain't with the shits and you just want to go out here and tell, bro. Stay out the streets, man. Go do something else constructive with yourself. Them streets ain't for you. If you willing to go tell, it ain't for you.
That Lil Durk has made clear in his past interviews, it's that he hates snitches.
I hate all rats. If you ever told, you ever tell, I hate you. Like with a passion. I really hate rats with real passions. Like, I hate you bad. I'm looking to the camera. I hate rat.
Now stand on that. So I don't want to hear nothing coming out talking about Lil Durk telling on such and such and such and such to cut time short. I don't want to hear none of that. Because then you go fall right in the same category. You gotta stand on business. If you gonna do shit, be hot, stand on business. Period. Stand on business. That's what you signed up for. It ain't signed up to snitch.
What's crazy is that Durk might be in cuffs because one of his mans told on him. According to court documents, a dude named OTF Jam, who is a trusted member of the crew, played a crucial role in the investigation that brought down Lil Durk. It turns out that this dude had been released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder. Apparently, he was an informant who had been cooperating with authorities for years. The craziest part about all this...
He'd been cooperating with authorities for years, which meaning he probably already had intentions on telling anyway. He knew what everybody was or doing. Get any time cut short. He like, shit, I'm telling. That's corny as hell.
Is that he wore a wire while around Lil Durk and other OTF gang members, which provided intel to the feds.
A wire, that's what I'm saying. Hear me, my bad for keep pausing. Shit is crazy. A wire gang. Not going to sit down in a room and they like, yeah, this, that, and the third, and you tell and you can recant that, you can take that statement back. If you feel like, all right, damn, I should have did that. But, bro, you can't retake no statement back on a wire. It's already recorded. So you done fried, bro, and that was your brother. And he took care of you. Yeah, I ain't gonna say what you should do with yourself, but y'all get it.
A betrayal that no one saw coming, not even Durkio. According to the indictment, Jam's recordings and the information he provided were key in linking Durk to the now infamous murder-for-hire plot that almost took out Quando Rondo. If you understand OTF Jam's relationship with Durk, then his involvement in ratting out the OTF boss will shock you, and his secret recordings, which have formed the backbone of the case against Durk, will start to look like the worst case of backstabbing in hip-hop history. Jam, a longtime member of OTF, was considered a brother by Lil Durk. During Jam's...
Coincidentally, his name is Jam. OTF jammed and jam motherfuckers up. Good God. Look how the way shit just fall into place. Should be meant to be sometime, I guess.
12-year incarceration for attempted murder, Durk stood by him, providing financial support and ensuring that Jam's needs were met. This included covering legal fees, purchasing a house and car, and gifting him more than $50,000 in cash.
Say he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But so can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, I ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like,
but if this
and you smiling about it. He gave me 50, more than that, and you smiling, and you ain't did shit but stab bro in his motherfucking heart. Fuck his back. You stabbed him in his heart. Boy, watch y'all hang around, man. That's all I'm saying.
wasn't enough, Durk also took care of OTF Jam, even while he was in jail. So what would make someone turn on their homie without any remorse?
Like, Durk come through one time, that's sure. I don't give nobody say, like, I know I'm a real witness. Like,
a lot of niggas can't say anything.
Like, in my life, my whole time in jail, I was straight.
It turns out Durk may have been involved in the death of his baby mama. According to reports, Lil Durk found out that Jam had been wearing a wire all along. Determined to get his revenge, Durk knew that getting an FBI informant murked could bring him unwanted attention.
Now, I don't know how true that is, but I don't really know what to say about that. Like, if I knew you was wearing a wire, yeah, but I'm not paying for it. Just saying, I ain't paying for nothing. Not that. I would have got mine one way or another. One way or another. But RIP to her, because that is crazy.
From the feds, so he went after his child's mother, Octavia Redmond. And on a seemingly ordinary day in the West Pullman neighborhood of Chicago, the life of a beloved postal worker, Octavia Redmond, was tragically cut short on the 19th of July, 2024. At approximately noon, Octavia was in front of a Chicago home, preparing to deliver mail, when a stolen SUV pulled up nearby. The vehicle, later identified as the getaway car, was driven by a 15-year-old suspect. The suspect exited the SUV and approached Octavia with a chilling intent. Without warning, he shot her multiple times at close range, leaving her.
And these YNs ain't got shit to live for, because they father in jail, they mama probably on drugs, or she can't control him. If she ain't on drugs, she just can't control him because he out here listening to the other motherfucking goofballs on the block, so he ain't got shit to live for. So you 15 out here killing the innocent. It's wild work just for some money. Boy, money got motherfuckers losing their fucking mind, man.
Her critically injured on the ground. The suspect, meanwhile, fled the scene in the stolen SUV. The 48-year-old woman was taken to Christ Hospital in critical condition, where she was later pronounced dead at the hospital. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, the Chicago Police Department launched an intensive investigation to track down the suspect. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service also became involved, offering a substantial reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. They took to their X account, where they announced a $250,000 prize for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspect responsible for the homicide. As the investigation unfolded, authorities utilized footage from police and private cameras to trace the suspect's movements before and after the shooting. The stolen SUV was identified, and an anonymous tip provided crucial information that helped identify the suspect. Months passed as investigators worked tirelessly to bring the perpetrator to justice. The breakthrough came when the suspect was located in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and arrested on a murder warrant. Despite Durk's loyalty to his homie, Jam decided to become what the Chicago rapper hates the most, a rat. But having his baby's mother killed didn't solve anything. The damage was already done. So what exactly did OTF Jam reveal to the cops that might see Durk get the death penalty? Well, OTF Jam's revelations to the cops started with the tragic events of November 6, 2020. That night, King Von, Durkio's best friend, was killed outside an Atlanta nightclub. The altercation began as a physical fight between Von and Quando Rondo, escalating into gunfire when a member of...
Which was, to me, I understand everybody got different opinions on Lil Tim killing Von. To me, that shit was corny. Because there was no guns out. Motherfuckers was just fighting. Get out there and throw the hands, throw the ones with your mans. Unless I'm wrong and somebody started shooting before he started shooting, then it's justified. But if it ain't and it was just hands, get out there and throw hands with your mans to up a pipe just from instant is whack as hell. Your mans was getting beat on in the street and you, oh yeah, that shit corny. But if somebody was shooting before that, then fully understandable.
Of Rondo's entourage allegedly shot Von multiple times, resulting in his death. CCTV footage showed Von approaching fellow rapper Quando Rondo and punching him to the ground. Von's guys joined in and started beating the brakes off Quando as he tried in vain to get away from his attackers. As the assault went on.
And that right there is probably why the shooting for him was justified in the court. I'm thinking because his mans is outnumbered, and to get beat on by multiples, you can die from. So that's a, you know, that is like, however they put it in the terms. I cannot think of a name. I have brain rot right now, but yeah, that's probably why it was justified. I mean, so I guess I get it. I guess.
One of Quando's homeboys, who was later identified as Lil Tim, appeared from behind their vehicle with a gun in hand and started letting off shots as everyone ran away. Von was hit on his torso. He would later die from his gunshot wounds while in hospital during surgery. For Lil Durk, the death of his friend was not only a personal tragedy, but also a catalyst for further animosity towards Quando Rondo. Rumors began to circulate that Durk had placed a bounty on Rondo's head.
I just don't like how Rondo jumped on TV after the fact, talking about putting another in the dirt, all this boy. I don't know. It's only so long fake
fueling speculation and fear within the industry. Court documents show that OTF Jam told cops that after Von's death, Durk used coded language to tell OTF members that he would pay a bounty to anyone who would take part in killing Quando Rondo. Durk's cousin, DeAndre Wilson, also told OTF members that anyone who took part in the murder would be rewarded with lucrative music opportunities with OTF, which was also a music label. In August 2022, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles and plans to murk Quando were set in motion. Lil Durk's associates, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston, traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. The group was determined to carry out their mission with precision and stealth, avoiding any direct links to Durk by following his alleged instructions to avoid booking flights under names associated with him.
That didn't go too well.
The feds revealed that they obtained information from Durk's iCloud, where he warned them not to book anything in his name. However, despite the warning, they still went ahead and booked the flights using a...
See? Y'all be thinking these motherfuckers, boy. Why are you even on the phone? It's certain ways. It's certain ways to go about shit. Phones are not allowed. Like, it shouldn't even be around. You shouldn't be sending no messages out. Everything can be retracted. One of my little cousins, just got unalived by her own cousin, right? And everything was in messages. All the shit even tried to delete, it can be pulled back up. So you pretty much, you setting yourself up. Stop putting these anywhere around if you on that type of hot shit. It should be out of mouth to ear. If you doing that type of shit, it should be out of mouth to the ear to the person you talking to, not on no phones. Stupid, bro. Everything should be in cash. Let me stop
Their
telling
credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. Upon their arrival, the OTF members met with Kion Grant, a top associate who had flown to Los Angeles on a private jet. Grant played a crucial role in facilitating the operation, securing hotel accommodations for the group, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 luxury sedans to be used in the ambush. According to court records, Grant also provided Jones, Lindsay, and an unidentified third member with firearms, including one that had been converted into a machine gun, further escalating the potential for violence. As the day unfolded, the group allegedly began tracking Quando Rondo and his associate Robinson as they traveled around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. Their journey took them to various locations, including a marijuana dispensary and a clothing store in West Hollywood. The tension was palpable as the suspects followed their targets, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The climax of the day's events occurred at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling area in the heart of Los Angeles. Here, Asa Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando Rondo and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones, Lindsay, and the third unidentified man reportedly exited their vehicle, armed and ready to execute their plan. The suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets in an attempt to kill Rondo. Tragically, Lul Pab, Quando's cousin, who was standing outside the Escalade, was struck and killed in the gunfire, while Rondo miraculously escaped unharmed. The scene was one of chaos and terror as bystanders scrambled for safety, and the suspects fled the scene. Afterwards, the suspects regrouped at an In-N-Out hamburger stand, where they allegedly discussed payment with Kayon.
On top of motherfuckers just making songs and self-incriminating because he made a song about that. I mean, granted, your man's worldwide. You can't get no more snitched out than that. But rapping about it in songs is good enough for the feds.
Grant. The group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego, as authorities began piecing together the details of the brazen attack. Word on the streets is that these 2 murders aren't the only ones that Durk has paid for. From his brother's killer to an op who disrespected Vaughn's mural, Durk has been moving reckless for a while. Murders Lil Durk has paid for. The earliest murder-for-hire plot that Durk has been caught up in involves the murder of his brother. The story starts with the death of Lil Durk's brother, D.
Like I said, family. Shit to crash out for. Certain shit you got to crash out for, but you still can't be paying for shit because you linking people to what you are doing. Possibly linking snitches in your shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, motherfucker been doing it so long, they got too comfortable. Bro, you have to do shit on your own. So if you ain't willing to get these dirty, I mean, granted, you got it dirty in a different way, but if you ain't really physically ready to get them dirty and put that kind of work in, if you own that type of shit, the streets ain't for you. Stay out of them bitches.
Thang on June 7th, 2021.
Crazy.
On a Sunday morning outside a strip club in South Suburban Harvey, shots were fired and D-Thang was shot in the head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Word on the street was that a dude named Stefan Mack was responsible for D-Thang's death, so Lil Durk put a bounty on his head. And on January 7th, 2022, Mack was gunned down at the Youth Peace Center of Roseland, located at 420 West 111th Street in Chicago. Soon, 2 men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, were indicted with murder for hire. The events leading up to Mack's murder were meticulously planned. Montgomery Wilson and Powell, along with other unidentified accomplices, allegedly conspired to execute Mack in exchange for money. The plot involved the use of a cell phone and a 2014 Chrysler 300, which were deemed facilities of interstate commerce by prosecutors. As Mack exited the Youth Peace Center, gunmen emerged from a vehicle and opened fire, leaving him fatally wounded. A security guard was also injured in the attack but survived. The indictment, initially kept under seal, was made public, revealing the gravity of the accusations against the 2 men. Montgomery Wilson and Powell were charged with conspiracy to use an interstate facility in the commission of a murder for hire. Additionally, Montgomery Wilson faced an individual murder for hire count and a gun charge. As the legal proceedings unfolded, Montgomery Wilson found himself.
Boy, I tell you what, I don't miss none of that right there. You see them call them Bob Barkers? Don't miss that. Don't miss them uniforms. None of that. Thank God I've changed. You feel me? Like, that shit ain't for me.
Himself in custody, facing the full weight of the charges against him. During his arraignment, Montgomery Wilson pleaded not guilty, setting the stage for a potentially lengthy and contentious trial. His defense team is expected to challenge the evidence presented by the prosecution, which includes photos from the U.S. Attorney's Office allegedly showing him pursuing the victim with a firearm. Meanwhile, Preston Powell remains a fugitive, with law enforcement agencies actively seeking his arrest. The most high-profile murder that Durk is alleged to have paid for is that of FBG Duck. When Duck's killers were arrested back in 2021, word got out that Vaughn had put a $100K bounty on his head. Turns out there was a rat in O-Block working with the feds, who revealed that the one who paid for the hit rewarded the killers with custom-made O-Block chains. A video surfaced on YouTube of King Von giving O-Block members custom-made chains, but according to sources in Chicago, it was actually Durk who put the hit on Duck and paid the killers.
I don't think
Everything does not need to be filmed. Especially when you in this type of world. In this dark world, everything don't need to be filmed. Cause you self-incriminating yourself, thinking that shit cool. Thinking these motherfucking internet police will not break that shit down, cause they've been doing this shit for years. The internet been solving crimes, not the feds. They finally got this one with a wire, because you ain't heard nobody wearing a wire in a long fucking time. I know I haven't. But the internet feds, these internet motherfuckers been breaking up. They've been making these cases. They be in here. The people be ratting.
Vaughn paid them guys.
Like,
I'm sorry to tell the world.
To know who actually paid the O-Block gang members to kill FBG Duck, FBG Butter revealed that you have to look at the suspect's arrest footage. It turns out Muwop and C Murder weren't arrested in O-Block.
Everybody arrest video coming out from when they got arrested for this Duck case.
Yeah.
They ain't showing Muwop shit. Or C Murder's happy. Have y'all saw Muwop and C Murder go to jail on camera yet? Because everybody else involved in that case, arrest footage is on camera.
It turns out that they were arrested at a private hangar, which is crazy because no regular O-Block gang member could afford to charter a private plane.
Them boys got snatched at the airport on a private hangar.
What's interesting is that at the time of their arrest, Vaughn was already dead. That would leave one person with that kind of money to fly out Muwapo and see Murder on a private jet, Lil Durk.
Vaughn is dead, right?
Okay, well,
How the is these paying for a jet?
Durk is also suspected of ordering the death of one of Duck's closest homies, FBG Cash, for disrespecting Vaughn's mural. When King Von was killed, Cash decided to take a photo next to the mural showing his middle finger. However, instead of having kind words for the deceased rapper, he captioned the post saying, "Whole world witnessed yo main sniper get his shit splacked." This stunt did not go down well with Vaughn's guys, and especially with Vaughn's best friend, Lil Durk. Lil Durk decided to stick up for Vaughn by warning Cash in his song Computer Murderers, where he raps sneaking pics by Von Mural like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. Seemingly enjoying the attention, Cash would use Durk's beat on Computer Murderers and continue dissing King Von, singing, "Von got his ass clapped. You had us thinking he was stretched." Cash even started trolling his ops in interviews. In one interview, he was asked about his infamous stunt at King Von's mural. He responded by saying that Lil Durk had told him to do it.
Then I think at some point you take the picture in front of O-Block, in front of the King Von mural. So what was going on with all that?
Durk told me to do that.
Durk told you to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was only a matter of time before his ops would catch up with him, and a warning from Durk on social media gave a clue as to what would happen next. Lil Durk had taken to Instagram to warn him, "Don't diss Thang if you be lingering and chasing hoes. Won't end well. That's marched."
I said it before in the video. All these decoded talks, certain lingo and shit. Motherfuckers be thinking the feds don't know. Boy, they have somebody in there breaking down what you saying. I said this in a previous video. They got motherfuckers in there breaking it down, bro. They know exactly what that means.
Instagram story read, and according to some of his friends, he was set up by a female.
And dad, like 5 o'clock that morning, you was loose as hell, trying to ride around with in a rack. Come on, bro, ain't no doing that, cuz. You know better, like, these set you up.
On the 9th of June 2022, Cash was picked up by a female friend and headed for a nightclub. After the club, the rapper took her to a friend's house to sleep with her. At around 5 in the morning, Cash drove the car home with the girl in the back seat. According to her, she was tired and wanted to sleep. A few minutes later, Cash stopped at the stop sign on the 1600 block of West 8.
She was tired. She wanted to lay down in the back seat. Better sit your ass in this front. Let this seat back. What the fuck? That motherfucker really failed for that? Boy, the power of pussy. Let's get the power of vagina. Let me say, because I don't know how. You know what I'm saying? But shit, how motherfuckers thinking not else. Motherfucker don't even be thinking, bro.
First, when a car cut them
Crazy.
off. 3 men jumped out and opened fire. Cash exited the vehicle as he shot back. However, he was soon overpowered. Cash was later taken to Christ Hospital in Oak Lawn, where he succumbed to his injuries. According to reports, a few weeks before the tragic incident that claimed his life, FBG Cash was involved in a shooting in which even he suspected that the female he was with had set him up. Luckily, only his arm was grazed by a bullet, and he lived to tell the tale.
When I went to look, I was like, damn. Like the bullet had ripped all my jacket. Like, I'm like, I'm shot.
That morning, Cash had just left the studio and gone to the woman's house. At around 4:20 in the morning, a guy started blowing up her phone. According to Cash, it was the girl's boyfriend. The woman then told Cash that her boyfriend had the house keys, meaning he could show up at any moment. So the duo decided to leave the house. They jumped into a woman's car and drove off with Cash in the passenger seat. The rapper did one thing that saved his life that night. He reclined his seat and lay on his back while on his phone. On the way home, they stopped at a red light as a vehicle pulled behind them. According to Cash, the woman told him that it was a cop. The rapper peeped but couldn't see clearly, so he went back to his phone. Suddenly, the rear windshield was broken by a hail of bullets. Luckily, he was not in the line of fire. Immediately, the woman sped off before anyone could get shot. People around Cash warned him about being around the woman, as she was an Instagram model, and they had only gone out 3 times before the incident. According to them, she may have set up the rapper.
I'd be shooting at you at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And who would know where I was at?
Exactly.
Like, fuck, I wasn't, like,
You
you
know her car.
You can't see in my car. And then fucking, it's not like I was sitting straight up in her car. And then, like, if she did set me up, like, she did it with the wrong people because they didn't kill Cho.
While Durk has clearly been implicated in several murder-for-hire plots, there are multiple rappers who've been caught up in similar charges, including one of Durk's industry best friends, King Von, rappers who paid for murder. First on the list is one of Durk's best friends in the industry, Young Thug. In May 2022, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis unveiled a shocking 56-count indictment accusing Young.
This video don't tell you anything. Stop putting y'all trust in people, man. Any and everybody. Stop doing shit if you in them streets and doing that shit and think you could want to put money on top of somebody. Bro, do it yourself if you're going to do it. That is a crazy state. Let me recant that. Don't do it. Don't even do it to start with. But stop putting trust in people like that, man.
Thug and 27 other alleged members of YSL of running a violent Atlanta street gang. According to the prosecution, YSL was not just a record label, but a dangerous criminal enterprise known as Young Slime Life, affiliated with the National Bloods gang. The indictment detailed a decade-long reign of terror centered around the Cleveland Avenue area of Atlanta. Prosecutors alleged that YSL members were responsible for a wide range of criminal activities, including murder, assault, robbery, theft, illegal gun possession, and drug sales. At the heart of the indictment was the claim that Young Thug was the clear leader of the organization. One of the most shocking allegations in the indictment centered around the 2015 killing of Donovan Thomas Jr., commonly known as Big Nut, a rival gang member. Prosecutors claimed that Young Thug had rented the car used in the murder, while 5 other YSL members were directly charged with the killing. As the trial progresses, the rap world is eager to see
stupidity, bro.
Whether Big Nut's murder will be pinned on Thug. But Thug isn't the only one of Durk's rapper friends to have their ops murked, because it seems like Young and Ace also did. Ace was friends with both Lil Durk and Quando Rondo before the beef started, and it turns out he may have planned and financed the murder of his fiercest rival, Julio Fulio. According to Fulio's mom, her son's death was a paid hit.
Do you think it was a paid hit?
Duh.
I do.
Ace seemed to confirm that it was a paid hit during an appearance on a YouTube show, where he was asked what he had last invested money in.
What's the last thing you invested in?
When I first seen this, I said, motherfuckers is stupid. Granted, they ain't say nothing. But they said something without saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be thinking they so slick. Like, everything is so... You can break it down. Bro, motherfuckers just so stupid, bro. Just because it look good and it's cool and it's funny on camera. Boy, your first response should have been like, oh, some jewelry, some shoes, like all that shit. Yeah. Feds lurking. There, if I'm not mistaken, they're already on him.
And while Lil Durk rewarded his gang members with money and lucrative music deals for carrying out hits, this next rapper was also accused of rewarding his associates with expensive dinners. This is none other than New York drill rapper Chef G's gang, which had extended its tentacles from Brooklyn to Manhattan and even across state lines to New Jersey, was accused of ordering, orchestrating, and executing acts of chaos that left the community in its wake trembling. Brooklyn's district attorney, Eric Gonzalez, revealed that the rapper had used his financial gains to help facilitate further gang activity, encouraging.
Duh, that's what they mostly do, because they finally got bread now. So anybody you want off, you can pay for it, because you got goofies that'll go do it and then turn around and tell on you.
Members to partake in violent crimes. One such act of violence, a mass shooting in Brooklyn, stood out for its sheer audacity and brutality. The suspects had reportedly pulled up in a vehicle and unleashed a hail of bullets on members of a rival gang. The chaos that ensued saw one person killed and 5 others injured as bystanders fled the scene in terror. The aftermath of the shooting saw Chef G allegedly rewarding the shooters with a lavish steak dinner at a Manhattan restaurant. The last rapper once had beef with Durk and Vaughn and almost had one of their friends, Chief Keef, murdered. The tension between the two rappers was obvious, with both artists exchanging jabs and threats through social media and their music. As the rivalry intensified, Tekashi 6ix9ine's association with Kuda B, a fellow rapper and member of his inner circle, became increasingly significant. Kuda B, whose real name is Kentea McKenzie, was known for his loyalty to 6ix9ine and his willingness to support him in various endeavors. This relationship would soon play a crucial role in the events that unfolded. The animosity between 6ix9ine and Chief Keef reached a boiling point in the months leading up to the shooting. In a series of online exchanges, 6ix9ine taunted Chief Keef and his associates. In the midst of this escalation,
that shit was rap beef. That was so goofy, bro.
Feud, a video surfaced in November 2018 that would later become a key piece of evidence. The video, released by TMZ, showed Tekashi 6ix9ine on FaceTime with Tato, Chief Keef's cousin. During the call, 6ix9ine inquired about Tato's whereabouts and whether he would be with Chief Keef during his visit to New York City. In a shocking revelation, 6ix9ine claimed to have a 30-pack, referring to a $30,000 bounty out on Chief Keef. The stage was set for a dramatic confrontation, and on June 2nd, 2018, the tension erupted into violence. As Chief Keef made his way back to the Times Square W Hotel in the early morning hours, shots were fired in his direction. Miraculously, Chief Keef emerged unharmed, but the incident sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond. The investigation into the shooting quickly gained momentum, with authorities piecing together the events leading up to that fateful night. Kuda B, Tekashi 6ix9ine's associate, soon found himself at the center of the investigation. His involvement in the plot to target Chief Keef would later lead to his guilty plea, marking a significant turning point in the unfolding drama.
Alright, man, what y'all think, man? You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Stupidity and self-snitching and snitching, regular snitching, just from any, you know what I'm saying? And backstabbing and unloyalty shit is at the all-time high, man. It's at an all-time high. Shit is wicked work, man. To wear a wire on your mans that took care of you is probably the foulest shit you could probably ever do in life. It has to be, hands down. Like, it's not even, this shit so not respected. None of this shit respected, bro. But when I say stupidity, like putting cards in your name, motherfuckers on private jets in your name, cards in your name, talking to people about what you want to do to somebody. Not smart. That's the stupidity for me. Like, I don't know, man. Shit is crazy, man. It don't look like Buddy getting out, though. It look like he gonna spend the rest of his days in that motherfucker, man. Well, like, comment, subscribe, man. Share the content. Hit that notification bell, man. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna keep dropping these bangers for y'all. It's been a minute since I dropped a full vid. I've been on my short shit, but I need to get back, you know what I'm saying, into the vid world. Drop it up. Try to run it up, man. Y'all be watching my shit? Watch my shit. You know what I'm saying? Watch my vids, bro. My vids fire. My shit gas, man. Until the next time, man.